everyone, my name is Gabriella Lupisella, and I am the preschool director of a preschool in McClenny, and I work with Leanne, and I'm just so grateful that she asked me to be a part of this today, and I'm just so honored that she would even think of me to do this. So I hope that you guys feel encouraged after listening, and just have a great Valentine's Day coming up. So I'm going to pray to get started, and then I'll jump right in. Dear God, I thank you so much for today. I thank you for this opportunity. Lord, I pray that you speak through me, and I pray that whoever is watching just feels so encouraged and loved and challenged by you, and that we can grow closer to you and closer to those around us, Lord. Pray that you anoint my words. In your precious mighty name I pray, Jesus. Amen. So when Leanne asked me to speak about a topic for Valentine's Day, something that has really been a hot topic with those around me has been friendships and how to love those closest to us. So I was just really praying about what relationship I wanted to talk about from the Bible, and the Lord really highlighted Ruth and Naomi. Now, if you haven't read the book of Ruth, it's 4 chapters. It's really short, really sweet, and really powerful. So I encourage you to read it, but I will only be going over about the first half of the first chapter. So basically, in short, Naomi was married, and she had 2 sons, and her 2 sons were married to Oprah and Ruth. And as life happened, Naomi's husband passed away. And then I think it's about 10 years later or so, her 2 sons passed away. So then it's 3 widows. It's Oprah, Ruth, and Naomi. And life for them was really hard. And honestly, it got to the point where it says in scripture that they just broke down and they wept together. And I feel like that's such an important quality of a friend, is somebody who's able to mourn together with your other friends. And it's scriptural too. It says in the Bible to rejoice with those who are rejoicing and mourn with those who are mourning. So I just feel like that's a great quality, to be able to rejoice with others and mourn with others. I know for me, sometimes it is hard for me to rejoice when others are rejoicing, because jealousy and pride comes in. And I know this is kind of a silly story that I'm about to say, but I feel like it'll help you remember this. So basically, elephants are my favorite animal. I told you it's really random. But I love elephants, and the other day I saw this little thing on Facebook that said that when a wild elephant gives birth, the other elephants, and I promise you it's all going to tie together. I'm not just talking about elephants just to talk about elephants. So, but when a wild elephant is giving birth, the other elephants go around it and guard it to protect it from predators. Now, you know, when you see things on Facebook, it might not be 100% true. So I did some deep diving, and I Googled and I YouTubed and I researched, and it turns out it's to be true. This is what I do with my spare time. I look at wild elephants giving birth. Not all the time, but you know, sometimes things just happen and you are on the web and you just see things. But anyways, turns out it's true. And I just thought that was so crazy that elephants would know to protect one of their own. And I just feel like that's, you know, that's friendship, that's relationship. But not only that, the wild elephants that are surrounding the pregnant one, after the birth, the elephants around it kick dirt onto the baby so that the predators can't smell the new baby. And I just love that, because it's protecting and it's loving and nurturing. Not only that, the elephants also celebrate with the new mother and the baby. And I just thought that was mind-blowing, to see that elephants rejoicing with other elephants. And so I thought, how amazing is God that He created animals to rejoice with each other when something amazing happens. And so that was honestly convicting for me. I'm like, wow, if an elephant can rejoice when another elephant has a baby, I should be able to rejoice when somebody else has something amazing that I don't have. And so that all ties into rejoice with those who are rejoicing and mourn with those who are mourning. So if you don't remember anything from this sermon but the elephant story, please remember that and be challenged and encouraged with that. So be like the elephants. But anyways, back to Naomi and Ruth. So it's the three widows now at this point. It's Naomi with her two daughters-in-laws. And at this point, Naomi is pleading with them, saying, please go home and be with your parents and your families. I'll be fine. I'm too old to get married again. I'm too old to have kids again, but I'll be fine. And they just pleaded with each other, and they cried, and it was a tough thing. But Oprah, the other daughter-in-law, decided, I'm going to go be with my family. So she left. It said that Ruth stayed with Naomi. And this is what Ruth said, and this is the most pivotal, iconic verse in Ruth that you may have even heard. But it says in Ruth 1:16, it says, but Ruth replied, don't ask me to leave and turn back. Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. And I just thought that was amazing and beautiful. I felt like that just showed so many different qualities in Ruth, that verse. Now, that verse doesn't mean necessarily for you to get up and leave when your best friend says that they're moving across the world. You're like, well, I'm going to, Maybe in some cases that might happen, and in this case it did happen. But I feel like it's more of a posture of your heart to be committed and loyal to that friendship. I believe that Ruth was committed. And, some of us might think committed and loyal are the same thing, but looking at it further, I looked into the definitions, and they actually kind of fall hand in hand. So commitment means to make a promise, agree to someone to do something, or willingness to give your energy and your time to a task or a job. So Ruth was committed to the Lord. She was committed to Naomi. And later on in Ruth, you would see that she's committed to her future husband. And this led to an abundant blessing at the end of Ruth. So it shows that the Lord honors commitment. And I feel like some people need to just hear that today, that you might be serving, you might be, committed to a friendship or a relationship or a marriage, and you're not seeing the fruit of it, but the Lord honors it, and you will see an abundant blessing in the end. Whatever it may look like, whatever it may be, keep fighting, keep pushing. The Lord sees you. So the second quality is loyalty. Now, loyalty means faithful adherence to one's promise or commitment. Basically, it means following through. So Ruth followed through with her commitment and was loyal to those who she loved, which, just to deep dive into it even further, it's like with a marriage. I'm committed to my husband, and I committed to him the day we got married in front of the 200-something people, and I said, I'm committing to you. You are my husband. I will love only you. And my loyalty is just my day-by-day following through with that commitment. And a question for you is, are you loyal to your spouse? Are you loyal to your friends, your boyfriend, your relationships? Are you loyal in that, not just committed? And I feel like loyalty is so hard to find nowadays. Really, with my generation, and honestly with all ages, it's such a rare thing to find someone that is loyal. And so, in the Bible it does say, let your yes be yes and your no be no. And so your loyalty to someone, if you're saying yes to something, you're going to do it. And, that's convicting for me. There's been times where I've had said yes to things and I don't end up doing it. And, that's really challenging for me because sometimes, I just don't want to do it, or sometimes something did actually come up, but, you just have to stick to what you say. And that just proves loyalty and commitment. And the third thing is that Ruth loved unconditionally. And this is the one that really encouraged me the most, because Naomi was her mother-in-law. It wasn't her blood mother or anything. It wasn't, normally in a relationship you have the mother, the son, and then the daughter-in-law. So the son is like the glue. Well, the son passed away, so Ruth totally had the freedom to get up and leave and say, you know what, Naomi, I love you, and I'll pray for you and encourage you and send you my blessings, but I'm going to go be with my family. But she chose to stay. And that is just such an honoring thing to do, not only for Naomi, but for the husband that passed away. She was just so lovely in the way that she honored them. And I feel like that's another quality too that Ruth showed. But not only is Ruth all these qualities, not only is Ruth loyal and committed and loves unconditionally and honors and rejoices and mourns with us. These are all the things that Jesus does for us. And, that is just so comforting to hear that Jesus does that for us every day. Because you might be thinking, well, I don't have anybody like Ruth in my life. Well, yes, you do. You have Jesus, and he's all those things for you. But I do want to ask you a few questions. Is Jesus at the core of your marriage? Is he the core of your heart and your friendships? And this is the tricky part. Is he the core of your heart in your friendships and in your marriage, even if they hurt your feelings or offend you? That's a tough one. Are you a friend like Ruth was to Naomi? In these trying times, we could all use a friendship. We could all use a friendship like Naomi and Ruth. And, I just want to ask one more question. Do you know Jesus? Now, I know a majority of you probably do know Jesus, and that's awesome and amazing, and I'm so glad to be a part of the family with you. But those of you that don't know Jesus, please reach out to me, reach out to Leanne, reach out to any local church in your area to really grow in that, because that is priority. Your relationship with Jesus will allow your friendships and your relationships to succeed. And if you don't have Jesus, they're going to fail. I'm just being honest. I mean, I've seen it in my own life with friendships that didn't have Jesus at the core, and they fell apart. And it really was rough. So I really urge you to challenge yourself, to go out and be bold, and to ask questions about Jesus. Ask those who are close to you that are great Christians about Jesus and about their relationship and what it means to be a Christian. So all in all, I really hope that you feel encouraged. I hope that you feel challenged. I know I was challenged by some of these things. And I just pray that you have an amazing Valentine's Day. And I hope this message not only encouraged the ones that are married, but the ones that are single, that are working through friendships and relationships on a daily basis, as well as married people. And I just wish you all the best. And I'm just so grateful that I got to share this word with you. And don't forget the elephants, but also don't forget the story of Ruth and Naomi, and I encourage you to read that. But I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Thank you so much.